Hey, it's your boy back in the house, and today's video is about, is calorie a calorie? Are calories all it matters when it comes to taking control of your weight and ultimately losing weight? What's the biggest myth in the weight loss industry and ultimately the fitness industry that you've been falsely misled by all these years? And also, what's the difference between how your body reacts to pizza and to a salad? How does that affect your weight in a different way, even if you eat the same amount of calories of those two foods? So what's the difference? And also make sure to watch till the end of this video because I will explain how these different foods affect these three different factors, because you need to understand that calories is only 1/3 of the whole equation that is weight loss. As you can see, we have calories, hormones, and gut microbiome, and how these different foods affect those things that influence your weight, because calories are not the only thing that matters. Now, first, we're going to be busting a myth that calories are the only thing that matters, which is completely another bull schnizzle. Calorie is not a calorie because eating the 100 calories of this food and eating 100 calories of this food is completely different. And let me explain to you why. The first thing is the different types of carbs that those foods have. So first, pizza, ice cream, bread, pancakes, cakes, all those things have refined carbohydrates, which is bad for you because those food have high glycemic index. So these foods have different types of carbs. Those carbs, they are high in fiber. Your body cannot digest fiber. So what happens? Your gut bacteria has to digest it for you. So what that's going to be? That means it's going to be low in glycemic index. What that means is this food will spike your blood sugar levels, and this food won't spike your blood sugar levels. So let me explain to you why high glycemic index and low glycemic index affects your body in a different way and ultimately makes you gain or lose weight. So as we know, there are three factors that influence your weight. So let's say you eat 100 calories of this and you eat 100 calories of this. So what's going to be is you ate 100 calories, you ate 100 calories. Okay, this is, let me get the weapon. Okay, check. Calories are the same, but that's only 1/3 of the whole equation. So what happens now is how your hormones are affected by these foods. So if you eat a lot of pizza, a lot of refined carbohydrates, they are high in glycemic index. What's going to happen is, let me draw real quick. So what's going to happen is, this is your vein. Let me make it a bit fatter so you can understand this. So if you eat a lot of foods that have a high glycemic index, that means it spikes your blood sugar. And what blood sugar does, it's in your blood. So what that does is, so when blood sugar is high in your bloodstream, your pancreas, let's say this is your pancreas, it has beta cells. From its beta cells, your body tells your pancreas release insulin when blood sugar is high, and it takes insulin to your bloodstream. And what insulin does, it takes the sugar and takes it into your fat stores. It stores energy. So what the beautiful thing about this is, the higher your blood sugar is over periods of time, it constantly keeps increasing your fat mass and you get fatter. Therefore, you just have a harder time losing weight. And the other thing that happens when you eat a lot of this, that means let me get another marker. The blue one. So what that does is you will have low levels of sugar in your bloodstream. Then your pancreas has alpha cells. Those alpha cells will release glucagon, an opposite hormone of insulin. What's it going to take? It's going to take glucagon to your fat stores. Your fat stores will get broken down, and from those fat stores, it will take it to your bloodstream. So now it will create blood sugar out of your fat, and it will increase your blood sugar. So therefore you can have energy, because everything you're doing right now is because of blood sugar. Like this goes much deeper into ATP and stuff like that, but it's ultimately, to easily understand, it's your blood sugar that's doing all of this. And also, those are only two hormones. There are many other hormones that influence your hunger, like leptin, ghrelin, amylin, CCK, peptide Y. There's a lot of hormones that influence your hunger and cravings, and also neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin. If you eat a lot of foods that influence that, you will get cravings for those foods because how those hormones affect your reward systems in your brain and how that manipulates you. It goes much deeper. So now we understand the second factor that influences your weight. The third factor is gut microbiome. Gut microbiome is made up by 100 trillion of bacteria in and on your body, mostly that are located in your intestine. They absorb food, they digest food, they do a lot of stuff. And ultimately, how they affect your weight, this is not going to be politically correct, but this is just for you to easily understand these concepts. Let's say, not politically correct, but it's the way you need to understand it for you to get the benefits of it. So, gut microbiome is made up by two types of bacteria. The good bacteria, let's say, give him a smile, and bad bacteria. Let's give him horns, is sad, angry, whatever, a vampire, whatever. So these are good, these are bad. So how these different foods affect them is, so when your gut microbiome is made up by mostly bad bacteria, they influence you to get sick, to become obese, gain weight, be unhealthy and feel terrible, be in a terrible mood. And what good ones do, they influence you to lose weight, to feel better, to be healthier, and they fight these bad ones. So now how these different foods affect your gut microbiome is, if you eat these foods that are terrible, a lot of sugar and refined carbohydrates, they feed these guys, because these guys love refined carbohydrates. They love being unhealthy, because then you are feeding them what they like when you eat a lot of sugar and refined carbohydrates. So there is going to be more of them. They will reproduce more easily. There's going to be more of them, and it's just much harder for you to take control of your weight. And if you don't eat this, then you are starving these guys because they like eating fiber. Then there's going to be less of them. So you're going to be mostly unhealthy and obese. So the opposite of this, what's going to happen if you eat a lot of these good foods versus the bad foods, that means you're going to feed these good ones. And if you don't eat refined carbohydrates that are high in glycemic index and other stuff, then you're going to starve these, and therefore you will have a lot more of these that promote health and weight loss. So because most people don't really understand of what kind of power these bacteria have. They have the power to influence you to eat one of these foods. If you have a lot of these ones in your system, then they're going to influence your hormones. They're going to influence your taste receptors, and they're going to influence your cravings, so you want to eat more of the foods that they like. Because one, you need to understand that those bacterial cells, your gut microbiome, makes up 10-to-1 ratio between how many cells of bacteria is in and on your body versus how many cells of human cells you are. It's weird. That means they have so much an impact of what you do and your willpower and how you feel and what you want to do. And if you have a lot of good ones, they are going to influence your taste receptors, so you like eating more of this food. Like the crazy thing that happened to me like a month ago, I stopped eating sugar for a couple of weeks. So what happened to me? After I came back to eating sugar back again, which was stupid from me actually, but what happened, I did not like it. The first time I tasted it after a long time, just tasted so strong. It wasn't nice. It tasted like ass, as my friend told me. So that's the power of your gut microbiome. So that's the third factor that's been influenced. Now you have the whole equation of how these foods affect the three factors that influence your weight. Not only calories. Calories are not the only thing that matters. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and click that bell so you can get notifications when I upload new amazing content like this. It will totally make the game and get you clarity on what weight loss is really about. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.